Hello, FlossTube. We're the real Housewives of Cross Stitch. I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Chelsea.
Ronnie's at home.
And Cash is sleeping again. Today we are going to show you another finishing tutorial on Be in My Bonnet stitch cards by Lori Holt. We're excited to finish 4 of these for you today.
And we're going to use magnets and washers to attach them because there's going to be more series that they can be changed out. So we're going to mount them on sticky board and also use batting in between.
So she's been hard at work finishing 3 out of the 4, and you can see here. So we're going to finish up the 4th on camera.
So I am using sticky board with the batting on top, but I am sewing them together in the back instead of gluing them. I found it easier with the weave on the cloth to do that. And I have a piece of sticky board that is 3 5/8 inches square with 2 pieces of batting on the top, and it's the 80/20 batting squares from Fat Quarter Shop. So then I just lay this down on top of it and then turn it over and make it even.
And she left about a 1.5 inch border on the fabric to sew it together, kind of lace it.
So I'm using my big needle and the button and craft thread. And I just secure it on the one side. And then I go to the other side and just sew. And this big needle makes it really easy.
Now, if you didn't want to lace, you could certainly use the other videos that we've done where we show you mounting directly on the sticky board. This is just showing you another option to do that.
Just trying to do all the things. And then I started at the other side. And went across and pulled these 2 together. And then I go to the corners and pull those together. I'm going to need another piece of thread. And I'm pulling it pretty tight, but not hugely tight because I don't want the corners of the sticky board to bend. Pretty long.
Now, there are other videos showing you lacing if you're looking to do it professionally.
Right. These little pieces, it's kind of hard to get it exactly perfect like they do on a regular lacing because you have such little bit of space to work with. But you can still do it this way and make it flat, and that's all that matters. As long as it looks cute, right? Okay, and then you just need to get the corners really good so that they're squared up. And just like finagle with the outside because sometimes the batting slips a little bit. You could possibly glue the 2 pieces of batting together, but I didn't want any glue inside of there, so I didn't do that. It's just the one piece is stuck to the sticky board. And then I'm just going to knot this off. And then just make sure it's all straight, and you can finagle it a little bit with your hands. There it is. And then we have another piece of sticky board that is cut at 4 1/8 inches. So it will be a 1/4 inch around. And we're going to do the same thing where we attach it with glue.
So corners first, and then you're going to fold in the sides.
And we're using really pretty aqua gingham. And just smooth it up from the bottom so that you make sure that it's flat in the front. Okay, and there you go. So then we're going to glue these two pieces together. I need another glue stick.
Sure.
And just center it so that you have your 1/4 inch around each side. And then I made these little bows out of Lori Holt's vintage trim in Cloud. And I tried to sew it together, but that didn't work so well, so I hot glued it together, and then I'm going to add one of Lori's little buttons on there. And I'm sticking that right at the top. And then we're going to add this cute little yellow button. And there we go. And that's the last one, and I just need to add a magnet and a washer to it, and they will be all done. Let me trim this a little bit. So we did add the magnets and washers to all of them so that they can be changed out because there's going to be more. So just find the center and glue your magnet down.
And again, magnets are more expensive, so we put that on the base of the piece, so we're not constantly having to add magnets. You're just going to have to add an inexpensive washer.
Then I put the washer on the top and put the glue on.
Not through the magnet, though.
Right. And then just center the piece on there. There you go.
All right, so we'll get all the extra glue off. You can see here all of the stitch cards, all 4 of them. This is set A of Lori Holt stitch cards. And then once the set B comes out, you'll be able to just take these off and pop the new ones up.
And we found this little shutter looking piece at Hobby Lobby.
We hope you learned a little bit more about using sticky board, sticky, magnets and washers to make your piece interchangeable with different seasons or different series. And you can find us at
On Instagram at Priscilla Blaine, at Chelsea356, Priscillas2000.blogspot.com, and Priscillas2000 on Facebook. And also our Stitching with the Housewives group and the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch on YouTube.
Thanks.